Look, Sean brought an infinite barrel little book.
Okay, now we're talking about serious stuff. I like it.
Yeah.
We'll have a good time with this. What we're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to remake this one up, Miriam.
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to hand deliver some pours to you so you can enjoy them with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I do that all the time. I host virtual classes sometimes, virtual tastings. So we agree on which samples to trade, and we all try together.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, we'll drink some wine too.
So
Miriam,
question.
Go ahead.
What is your favorite tequila? Since you guys say that you like.
He's the tequila guy.
Okay.
Favorite tequila.
Yeah.
Is this guy right here. Here's
the La Llorona? Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's an uncracked bottle. I've drank 2 bottles of it so far. It is very, very good.
It's fantastic. I guess that's the extra añejo, is it?
Yes, that is extra añejo. And I guess everybody would probably want me to say that.
Fortaleza. Okay.
Fortaleza añejo. I've got Fortaleza añejo, Still Strength, and Reposado. And of course, I've got you've heard of tater bottles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tater bottles, you know what that is, like the Bland's and whatnot of bourbon.
Yep.
This is the tater of tequila.
Oh, okay. It's got a little bell on top of the Clase Azul.
Clase Azul. I've got the Clase Azul Reposado and the Gold.
Yeah, that's the Cristalino. I love those. They're very nice, very smooth. Even though more than tequila, I love mezcal. Mezcal, basically, it's the scotch of tequila. It's smoky.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, I've got one up here that was like one of like 20 bottles ever created. I forgot what it is. It's like a mezcal, but this is a good one too.
Oh, okay.
Grand Patron Piadre.
Mm-hmm. It's a limited, It's a limited.
It's extra new.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive.
That smells good, dude.
Yeah, feel the cork on that guy.
You can brain somebody with that cork.
Yeah, you can put that in a sock and hurt somebody. Yeah. So what is your favorite tequila?
I usually, when I don't go for Cheers de la Llorona, I go with mezcal. I prefer mezcal over tequila because it's smoky, and I love smoky things. There is another one that is aged in, finished in bourbon barrel, Corazon, and that's not bad either. Because it's got a little sweet.
I've got the Arete Gran Clase also.
Oh, that I never tried.
This is actually a barrel pick from the bottle shop here in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay.
Does a really good job.
Yes, they do. And then I've got a El Mayor from Maple.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got some really good tequilas though, like this guy here, the Pasote Reposado.
Mm-hmm.
The old bottle. It's from the old NAM, which is NAM 1579.
Okay.
And they have since changed NAMs, and they changed bottles also. This one has the paper around the neck with the paper seal. I think the other one has plastic seal over it, and the bottle has changed somewhat. But yeah, I've got some really good tequila.
Nice.
And what I do with my tequila is probably a sin now. It's like taking George T. Stagg and mixing it with Coke. I make margaritas with my tequila.
Jeez, man.
With some of it. No, some of it I do.
Okay.
And we should have a pour of that. Just a little bit.
I'm getting
Just a little bit.
Look, me and spirits get along.
Hey.
We're good.
I brought multiple glasses out here just for that.
And what do you like to drink?
So I'm primarily a bourbon guy.
Okay.
I do love some bourbons. I like how earlier you were talking about you kind of like some of the finishes.
Mm-hmm.
I lean into a lot of bourbons, but with finishes, and I like rye. You were talking about the mezcal earlier. Have you ever had anything from Short Barrel? They do an El Jefe.
Mm-hmm.
If you like tequilas and mezcals, it's a mezcal tequila finished bourbon.
Yep.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
So we'll have to make sure we get you some El Jefe. So next time that you're on, you can try some of this because it is a really unique experience. And if you're into mezcal and you like that smokiness,
Oh yeah,
that.
I love it. Yeah, thanks. That would be great. I did try, like I said, many tequilas finished in bourbon barrels, and I do feel the difference. So people say, a lot of my clients, when they have classes, say, I don't really feel there is a big difference. When it's finished, it's smoother. It's got a kind of a caramel sweetness, that comes from the oak. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
It's almost like drinking water now. After I've been drinking high proof bourbon, and then I switched back to tequila.
It's almost like a light scotch, an unpeated light scotch almost.
So light. Like this is the Grand Patron Piadre, and it's only 80 proof, which most tequilas are 80 proof, unless it's higher proof, like the Still Strength from Fortaleza, I think is maybe 88 or 90.
It's got a lot of good flavor though.
Oh, it's
very nice flavor on it.
Yeah, you can taste.
And tell me something, guys. What is the rarest bottle that you found?
At my house right now, I have a first edition Old Forester birthday bourbon. It was distilled in '89.
Okay.
So that's the rarest one I currently have at my house.
All right.
And that's actually, I got that for a friend. And so eventually he's going to have that because that was his birth year.
Okay.
I had a bunch. I have disposed of, I won't say how, but I have disposed of most of them. I had, all the Pappy 10, 12, 15s and all that good stuff. And right now, I guess the rarest, most expensive bottle that I have is probably the
Stag.
The GTS.
That's always a good one there.
Well, the rarest that I have, the most expensive, and it's still going, is the Pappy,
Or
the 20.
Oh, you got the 20 Pappy in there.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that one?
I just killed the 23 years old, and I want to say I was not impressed.
Was it over oaked for you?
Honestly, no personality. I like when bourbons are complex. They have a personality. Like this one from Iron Roots that I was talking about. You got the maple, you got the brown sugar, you got the dark fruits. But this Pappy is so plain. So honestly, it's not worth all the hype. In my opinion, of course, not worth all the hype. That's
the 20 year?
Yeah, and same for the 23. Yeah, the George Stag. That's nice.
Yeah, George T. Stag is always a winner. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, and it's funny because I agree with you that if you don't have something that you taste a little bit something different every time, it has something where it may start sweet, then you get a little bit of savory, you get a little bit of fruit here, you get a little bit of some of the char on the back there. Then all of a sudden you're getting maybe some of the little bit of the earthiness to it. And if it doesn't change and you're just getting the same thing again and again and again, it can get boring.
Exactly.
You want a little bit of fire in your relationship. You want the same thing with your bourbon.
No, I agree. That's the problem. I am more about the complexity. I like when things have a character there, and that's why when you smoke cigars, if you have something plain, it's really like when you start to take the first drag or two, then it tastes like nothing. If a bourbon or a rye has its own complexity, then when you smoke the cigar, you can feel the different notes based on what you smoke. So that's great. Now, Pappy, unfortunately, is very, very plain. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So I want to do a comparison right quick.
So two amazing bottles right here.
Mm-hmm.
Miriam, have you had much 13th Colony?
Yes.
So this is the 15th anniversary that we're going to compare versus this George T. Stagg.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. I want to know the feedback because now that's going to be a challenge.
So,
You want a clean glass?
Please. I need a clean glass with this. I'm actually going to 13th Colony on Monday to pick a charity barrel.
Ah, okay.
And they are just, I tell you what, they are some of the nicest, most genuine people
They really are.
you will ever meet. And I swear it makes their bourbon taste even better.
Yeah, that's true. And that's something that I like. All the barrel picks that I have done, either privately, because sometimes, liquor stores, they pay me to pick barrels for them,
Okay.
or, private clubs. That's more of a fun experience. But those distilleries, even here in South Carolina, they are so nice. People are great, and they make it an experience.
That's a tough life, Miriam.
I know, right?
What is your favorite South Carolina distillery that maybe is not on the map that we don't know about yet?
Hollow Creek.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting a sample of that.
Yeah, I picked. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. Oh, come here. Sorry. I picked the William Allen. And that was with the South Carolina Bourbon Community. It's a Facebook club. Okay. And we went there. We picked the barrel. That was such a great experience. I did go also to the High Wire in Charleston to pick the Jimmy Red. Those are also amazing people too, and a great distillery. Yep.
Sweet.
Isn't there another one? Is Firefly out there?
Yes, but they make mostly sweet tea, vodka, and these kind of things.
Right up your alley, Sean. Sweet tea vodka.
Yeah, no, I promise you.
Get on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of like what's that stuff called? The twisted tea.
Whiskey?
Yeah, exactly, like the twisted tea.
No, thank you.
What's the furthest distillery you've had to travel for to do a pick so far?
Let's see. Well, a lot of times in Kentucky, of course, and Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. No, I didn't travel farther than that to have a barrel pick. Other times, majority of the times, they send me samples. So I have the picks at the store because they send us samples. So that's the easiest thing. But, when it's a restaurant, then we travel. We go, 4 or 5 people there. And I am the paid expert, like me. But, that's great. And it's a nice experience because you have to meet more people.
Okay.
So James Morgan is watching on YouTube, and he said he is enjoying our one-sided conversation.
Well, that's why he needs to move over to Facebook so he gets to be with Miriam and hang out.
Well, you may or may not have to be friends with me to be able to watch it. I think it's public, though.
It should be public.
But
guys, you can always blame it as the lady runs a paranormal podcast. Probably she's a ghost, a spirit.
No.
Yeah, so we're having conversation with spirits tonight.
Spirits with spirits. We talked about that it's not an April Fool's joke, but now they can finally see you on Facebook.
That's great, actually.
Hey, didn't you say I could like download this video from Facebook and broadcast it back on
Yes,
YouTube?
Yeah.
that is my understanding. That you can download any kind of video.
Okay. Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that.
I'll absolutely do that. I hope the quality comes out good because it doesn't look good on the screen, but I think it will.
Yeah.
Well, allow me one thing. There is a lot of people over there saying cheers. Yeah, guys, all of you, cheers.
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 And now we want to know your comparison with the bourbons. I'm curious.
Well, I'm still on my GTS right now.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you this guy right here, the 15th anniversary 13 Colony, is my absolute favorite bourbon of all time, hands down.
What do you like about it?
The complexity of it.
There you go. Okay.
I mean, it's so deep. It's like you take a sip and you can imagine sticking your head down inside that barrel that it's in, and you get the ethanol. And it's almost like you're in a wood shop, and you cut a fresh piece of oak and then you sand it down, and you might get a little bit of that oak.
Kind of those fine pieces of dust.
Just the dust. You might smell it in your nose a little bit. And I remember those smells from my uncle's wood shop.
Yeah.
And I mean that is familiar with it, but it's almost like Jack Daniel's single barrel proof is some of my favorite whiskey of all time too.
Oh yeah, no, this has got that gold label.
This is like that, but
intensified. For me, I get a lot of the caramel notes. You kind of get this sweet cornbread note going on.
It's like a burnt caramel.
Yeah. But you get these deep, intense flavors that hang on. You get some dark like date going on there as well. Some nice kind of like this real rich vanilla going on there.
You know what? I think you could get an eyedropper and put 2 drops of that stuff on your tongue, and it would coat your entire mouth.
It does. It's viscous.
I mean, it's just so.
I like it. What I like the most about 13 Colonies is the baked spice. It's like, you feel that baked spice all the time. And it's something that I adore. And again, you smoke a cigar, even a Davidoff, a Connecticut wrapper with that. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
So Miriam, I'm here now. I'm a neophyte with cigars, but I'm getting into them. I'm hearing that you like some cigars.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your absolute favorite pour and favorite cigar to pair?
Opus 1010.
Opus. Okay. Opus X.
We're talking about, a 10 cigar. That's, my favorite. I like anything from Fuente, I have to be honest. And that's actually how I started. I mean, I started with the Italian Toscanello, but then I got into Fuente and then Davidoff, Ashton. So all of those, the classics, but Opus, nothing like Opus. Perfect.
Okay. Oh, I love a white label Davidoff.
Mm-hmm.
White label, those are so good.
It's everything from Davidoff so far, Connecticut wrapper. I like how easy they are to pair with anything. And again, those you can pair with tequila too. Rum, tequila, cognac.
That's a killer bore.
That just destroys a GTS.
And that's hard to say, but yeah, that 13 Colony, just this climate does such a great job with their barrels.
I've got the double oak too.
Oh yeah,
but like that kills the double oak to me.
Oh no, the 15th anniversary is probably my favorite, and I'll tell you what, maybe a shocker is last spring, I had the good fortune of going down there and tasting their batch 3 of their double oaked in the spring, a few months before they dumped it. But we got to try a hazmat rye that they had there.
Ooh.
And it was even better than their double oaked. And me and my buddy who went for the whole hour drive back, all we talked about was their hazmat rye. Chris Gunn.
I was there.
Yeah.
I met you there.
Yes. But no, that all we could talk about was the hazmat rye all the way home. And and that's like, and their double oaked is top tier. But all we could talk about was that rye all the way home.
How spicy was it? I'm curious.
You know what? It's the most bourbon friendly rye
Okay.
that you're going to get. It's smooth. It's creamy. It has a lot of deep chocolate notes. It's not grassy at all, and it's just so caramely
It's so
and
unique.
oily. It's very nice.
It's very unique.
Yeah.
It's not like any other rye that you'll ever taste.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Like this guy here is a distillery only release.
And they're always good.
8 year, 10 month, 134.25 proof. And it is phenomenal.
They are fantastic.
That's why we did an episode called, what the latest episode of Oak and Agave was called The King and 13 Colony. And that was because we talked about Elvis quite a bit in that video. And we did everything 13 Colony, everything from just the standard bourbon shelfer, the rye. We did the sour mash.
Wow. We did that sour mash.
Well, I got it on there. We did this rye, and we did the 15th anniversary in the double oaked.
Nice.
And I had to drive Chris home afterwards because after that we filmed a short barrel.
Oh my god!
In the same night.
Oh my gosh!
And we tried everything short barrel. We did the sap squats, the bee's knees, and we ended with the hazmat.
Yeah, no.
And I had to drive Chris home, and then we did it live.
Oh my gosh!
That probably was not the smartest idea to do it after all.
I'll tell you the worst thing that I've ever done, and luckily I was at the house, is I did a 4 Glen blind, and my camera. I call my ghost David.
Well, David, you brought David with you.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I've got Richard and I've got David. But David that day shut off my camera twice, so I had to go through a 4 Glen blind 3 times. And people laugh at me and said, "You were slurring in this video." I'm like, after the 3rd time shooting this, if I wasn't slurring, there's a problem there.
It happens.
Yeah.
So how is your alcohol tolerance being a sommelier?
My one, I am lucky because I'm a woman. We have more water weight in the body compared to gentlemen, so we can tolerate alcohol. Of course, that depends on women, but virtually speaking, we can. Even if you see the mass, that's more muscles, believe it or not, but we have more water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see? Now it feels much better. So, yeah, but other than that, of course, when you start, and also in Italy, we started drinking very young. So I have a high tolerance.
Thank you for somebody pointing out that the QR code is covering my face.
Well, they just want to be able to point and get to that real fast, and they'll be good.
There we go.
There we go.
So now we're good. Somebody texted my wife and said, "Hey, we can hear Prentice, but we can't see him because the QR code is covering his face."
That's priceless.
Now, well, I didn't know if it was on purpose, so I just...
Well, maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. I don't
know. So Miriam, you shared a story, and I'm hoping it got onto Facebook.
I'm sure it did, but I don't think a lot of people were watching Facebook at the time.
Would you remind sharing that story? I know that you're a skeptic, but you had talked about you got to an area that experienced an earthquake, and you saw something that you really felt and changed you a little bit. Could you go through that story again?
Please. Yeah, there was when it happened when I was in service as a paramedic. As I said, beautiful place, huge earthquake, terrible disaster. And one of the areas affected by this earthquake was a tiny village. We were talking about, I guess, 15 families. That's it. They all took their lives before the earthquake even came. And it was shocking already to find that. But I was with some military people, of course, because we didn't travel alone. And while we were attempting to call the other people with the radios, we saw like this kind of a black cloud, black smoke, and it was, like I said, full plain daylight. And this thing was hovering in the middle of this little street coming across. And
You're on YouTube now, by the way.
that was awful. I mean,
I didn't change anything, and now it's on YouTube. I'm so sorry.
It moved to YouTube. Okay.
So it's on
Technology.
YouTube and Facebook now.
All right. So basically, yeah, I couldn't give an explanation to that thing that we saw. And that's one of the things that, I say that might not be from this world. That's it.
Okay. No, that's a powerful story because, like you said, I think we're all kind of skeptical on things, and I think that's a good place to be. But when you experience something you can't explain, it changes you.
I got a little story. So some of you know that my dad was the sheriff of my county in Russell County. He was the sheriff for a long time. But on his inauguration day, when he first got elected as sheriff, he and my mother went to Montgomery to get inaugurated, as you do when you become an official, an elected official in any state or whatever. So they went away to the ball in Montgomery, and me and my sister, we were younger, we had to go stay with my cousin, in which it was my dad's brother's. Oh, we stayed with my uncle and aunt and my cousins. Okay, so yeah, it was my dad's brother's house that we went to, and I was sleeping in the bed with my male cousin, and of course my sister was in the other room or whatever. But my cousin woke up in the middle of the night, and he bumped me and woke me up, and my grandmother, who had been dead for a long time before I was born, was sitting in a rocking chair at the foot of the bed.
Wow.
Didn't say anything, didn't do anything, but like just sitting there, peacefully rocking in the chair. And like you could see, it was almost like a physical being, but it was holographic.
Okay.
But it was like the white mist and like you picture if you see a ghost. I got chill bumps.
No, that'll do it.
But yeah, that's my cousin Mike. He saw that, and he later became a Lee County deputy, and retired from Lee County as a deputy. And it was thanks to my dad. There's a lot of my cousins that became law enforcement because of my father. Yeah, my dad was very well thought of, and like.
Now, your dad doesn't he have something named after him?
He's got the jail in Russell County. That's what I thought. Named after him.
But no, that's a remarkable story. I mean, again, some things you don't know if it's your mind playing tricks. Can be that.
That wasn't my mind playing tricks. My cousin saw it, woke me up, and I saw it. We conversed after the fact.
Wow.
About it. Wow. But Sean had a story that he wanted.
Yeah. What about you?
So I'm the same as I'm a skeptic. I enjoy stuff about learning about stuff. I enjoy learning about cryptids and stuff. But Father's Day weekend, 2017, I went to go visit a friend in Texas, Sargent, Texas. And if you've ever been to Sargent, Texas, it's southwest of Houston. Okay. And it's in the Gulf. Okay. And it's just the most unique experience that you pull up and it's desert, but there's ocean and there's just stars everywhere. There's no lights, nothing's polluted. It's just beautiful stars, ocean, and desert. And I showed up with my friend. His nickname was Opie of all things, but his Dale and his wife, but we call him Opie. And so we're going out and we're camping out for a few days on the coast to go fishing. So first day, everything's cool, no problems, this, that, and the other. We had some great brisket. We had some fishing. We had a good time. The next night, it's about 2:33 in the morning. I'm leaving the next morning. Nature calls and you wake up. And so, they have this beautiful, bathroom area there. It's just this big brick building, and so you go into the bathroom, nature calls, and I'm in the stall about 3 a.m, and you hear this crunch of like boots.
I think you told me.
I think I've mentioned this story. You hear like this crunch on the gravel of these like boots, and then you hear like the boots, boom, 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 heel toe as they hit the concrete. And I'm like, okay, someone's coming to the bathroom, no big thing.
Yeah.
So I'm in the stall, and all of a sudden these boots come up right in front of the stall that I'm in. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, hey, somebody's in here, and I don't hear anything. And it's just dead silence. The boots, no, nothing. I don't hear shit. So the boots stop like right in front of the stall, but it's pitch black. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I'm like, hey, I'm in here. And I don't hear a person, respond or take a step back or anything. And at this point, the fight or fight kind of kicks in. Okay, I'm in this stall. There's someone sitting out right outside there. They're not acknowledging me. And, even though I'm fat, I'm still a pretty good-sized guy. And I'm like, okay,
He's like a weeble wobble. He's hard to knock over.
That's right. But I'm like, I'm going to hit this door because somebody's there with bad intentions. That's just the feeling I get.
Get after.
Yeah, so there's bad intentions there because no one's saying anything. And so, I hit that door and it slams open and there's no one there. And by this time I've got my flashlight on, I'm looking at things and there's absolutely no one there. But there was someone that I heard stand right in front of that door. And so I get out of the bathroom and I go back to my tent. And in Texas, everyone has a gun. So I'm not worried about safety at that point. I'm back in the camp, but I'm like, I just can't shake it. And so finally about, an hour later, I pack up everything and I go to my buddy's tent. I say, look, I'm going home. I said, it's time for me to roll. I'm going home. And I'm like, see ya, I'm out of here. But the only thing I thought about that whole time is I can't figure out what this is. But the one thing I didn't do when I hit that stall door is I never looked up. And I always wondered, was there something up there that was just waiting on me? But when I hit that door and there was nothing there, it freaked me out, man. It freaked me out. Wow. I was like, there's somebody there. And like I said, I couldn't go back to sleep. So I just packed up my stuff and left. Yeah.
You see, you said it perfectly. It's not just the happening; it's also the vibe that he leaves.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it.
Because you were feeling like there was a presence, something.
I absolutely felt something there.
So I've got a story kind of off of that, but like I had to put my dog down 2 weeks ago. My little girl, she was with us for 12 and a half years, and like we're in my office right now, so like she would come in my office during the day and hang out with me.
Wow.
Lay here, and I'd bring her bed in here every day.
Yeah,
I'd go in my bedroom because her bed's in there, and I'd get her bed and bring it in here with me, so she could be in here with me. And like you can feel her presence, I mean, like if there's something else in the house, you can feel.
You feel that life when it's next to you. Yeah,
right, absolutely. And now that she's gone, like there's an emptiness. Like I don't know. It's weird. Like I look for her under my feet, I look for it like when I open the front door because she was
kind of expecting her there.
Well, she was a haul asser.
Yeah.
She was a Houdini specialist.
So that door open, she's gone.
She'd been open like in about 15 minutes. But like, I find myself still checking the door, like when I open the door, trying to get back, and then when I come in, I want her to come jump up on me. And anyway, but you can feel her presence is gone.
Yeah.
So like, the spirits are real. There's no doubt. And I believe animals do have spirits.
I'm there with you on that.
I didn't think so, but now that she's gone, like I can feel that, something's missing like in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, me and Tara are still here. And we're great. But the dog is just, I don't know. And we got a cat, but he's not the same.
but I agree with you. You can feel when something's not there. It is missing.
You can feel when something's there.
Yeah, and not
as
there,
well as not.
Yeah, oh yeah. But
I worked at Aflac for 10 years, and when I started Aflac, I was in security. And
they've got
Miriam,
some stories out there.
Are you familiar with Aflac, Miriam?
With which one?
The duck.
Big insurance company.
Aflac.
The duck. Whack whack.
No.
So it's a big insurance company, and the worldwide headquarters is here in Columbus, Georgia. And I used to be when I first started there, I was in security.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we used to make rounds through the tower.
That place is known. That place is known.
At nighttime.
That place is absolutely known.
There was a big painting of John Amos hanging up in the boardroom. And we had to go into the boardroom on the 19th floor and walk through and check the back office to make sure the door was locked to Paul's office. And then come around the boardroom table and back around. And he's looking at you the whole time.
Yeah.
And it just, the feeling just would swamp you when you walked in there.
Huh.
It was unbearable almost. Like you'd walk in there and you could just,
like a wet blanket just hanging on you.
I can't explain it. It was just like a feeling would just come across you. But anyway.
Now, like I said, I keep an open mind on all these things. Rationally speaking, I'm a skeptic, but again, there are so many weird things happenings that maybe in 10 years, who knows? People can explain it, can say, oh yeah, you feel like this, you see this other thing. Maybe, who knows? Well, now, no.
I doubt anybody will ever be able to explain the stuff that's happened. You know what I mean?
We can only hope.
I'm with Miriam on this. I kind of feel
Donald Trump's going to release some records.
Oh my God. I'm not saying that. Come on now.
He's going to say, release the records.
but I believe that as we get more technologically advanced, that veil between when your energy transfers from life to death, I think that they're going to find some stuff. It may not explain everything, but I think they're going to find some stuff.
I don't think anybody's going to ever be able to crack that code, brother. Yeah. I don't think God wants it to be cracked.
Well, no, I don't think God wants it to be cracked. And I don't think that you're ever going to see, if you're a religious person, what heaven or hell is going to be like at this moment. But I believe you'll be able to see some kind of tangible thing that says, here's the transfer of electricity. Yeah.
Necessarily talking about heaven or hell, but like, I don't think that the explanation of that feeling that you get or anything like that will ever be explained.
Well, and I think that we innately have certain things, whether it's a sixth sense,
hardwired,
that sixth sense that we can't explain or we can't define.
No,
it's there, but I think that we're so disconnected from it right now because we lean into whatever science or whatever we learned or whatever this or whatever that sixth sense, that intuition that we have, is kind of faded.
What do you know about Bigfoot?
I don't know crap about Bigfoot. I'd love to meet him.
I'm just kidding. I'd love to have a pour with him.
Amen.
I want to say something. Here in South Carolina, people are very passionate about Bigfoot. I guess we are the second state for a number of sites of Bigfoot.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Washington State. Yeah, Oregon and Washington. So South Carolina's got a big...
Tennessee.
Now, is it more of kind of like the skunk ape type of thing? Where they get this real pungent smell?
No, they actually see just, like the giant
like Sasquatch
creature. Yes, the Sasquatch moving across the trees and, sometimes also messing with people's stuff. So we have tons of stories and things like that. And we're talking about back in the 70s, in the 80s. So this thing has been, around for quite a long time now.
We talked about the California footage where the Bigfoot
is it the Gimli footage?
The Gimli footage, we talked about that in one of our episodes. Yeah, Chris is really up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm 50-50 on that. It may be something weird. It may be, people just looking for attention. Hey, I've seen the weird creature, and I don't know. But again, there are so many reports, you will be impressed. And even little stories reported by local news, and you will never hear about it on the big TVs or anything. But you talk to locals, oh yeah, my friend has seen that. Yeah, the cousin, and I said, wow, so you guys have seen Bigfoot all over the place. We have also a Bigfoot festival in May.
Really? You guys have a Bigfoot festival?
Yeah, Bigfoot festival. It's gonna be here in Myrtle Beach.
Oh wow!
Wow. Okay.
It might be a travel.
That might be a bourbon. That might be a bourbon trip.
That might be a trip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Joel and I, we're gonna be there, but it's gonna be fun because again, you meet a lot of people. That's the best part about these stories. Meeting people, talking, sharing. That's always the way. You just have a big laugh, or just oh wow, and who knows, new friends.
No doubt.
Miriam, when is that going to occur? What time frame is that going to occur in South Carolina?
Say again, I'm sorry?
What time of the year is that going to happen in South Carolina?
May 9th.
Wow.
May 10th, yes.
Yeah, that's
cool. It's the Saturday, I don't remember, it's the 9th or the 10th. Anyway, the first Saturday of May.
Might have to go on a road trip.
Oh yeah, why not?
Told
you it's going to be fun.
And Hunter was supposed to come on, and
he might have been on there for a minute, but may have had some technical issues. There's an awesome bourbon YouTuber in South Carolina,
a big guy,
Bourbon Hunter. His name's Hunter. Physically huge guy, but just super nice guy.
No, I'm talking like.
Well, he's big on YouTube as well. But stature, he's like 6'5", 6'6".
Is he?
Okay.
He don't look like that.
No, he's a big dude. He makes me look like a real small. He makes me look like one of those short kings. He makes me look like a real short king. So, but he is awesome. Now, outside of Bigfoot, Miriam, what is the one cryptid or legend type of thing that intrigues you? Not that you believe in it necessarily, but what intrigues you the most outside of Bigfoot?
Okay, now you're gonna laugh, and I promise you, I'm sober. Since I was a little child, I have a passion for dragons.
Okay.
Now, all cultures in the world, they have stories about dragon in their mythology. The ancient Greeks, Africans, Chinese, of course, Scandinavians, even the Native Americans. All cultures have dragons. Now, the easiest explanation is that those were dinosaurs. People found the fossil of the dinosaur and said, oh, look, a dragon and everything.
Gotta be a dragon. Yeah.
Oh, but the fact that they spit fire, they control elements and everything. Anyway, when I was a little child, I remember the teachers were like, what's your favorite animal? I'm like, dragons. They don't exist. And I was crying, and I was, like I said, a child. But the idea, and that's a thing that fascinates me about a lot of things, that a lot of cultures, they have these patterns. Even the Bigfoot, a lot of cultures, they have the Yeti, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Wendigo, call it like you want. Different cultures have their own creature. Another thing, Halloween.
Yeah.
All cultures in that same period of the year, they celebrate Los Dias de los Muertos. In Italy, we have I Santi, I Morti. Yeah, it's the.
Oh, I do see.
When I see things that are there in different cultures, and back then, there was no mass communication. What are the odds that they had the same thing? So those are the things that fascinate me the most. What about you?
So there's a lot of different things that I really enjoy. But the things that really kind of get me and things that I like to hear stories about are stuff like the different types of fairies, the kind of mythical wood type of
Wait
fairies.
a minute now.
What's that?
Fairies? What are you talking
about? I'm not going there. I'm going mythological fairies.
I'm just
there.
kidding.
Good.
Okay.
But no, those are the things that the kind of ones that are always trying to lure people away for whatever nefarious thing that they've got or whatever they're trying to get from you. I've always liked the mythology behind that. Now, whether it's a story to kind of enhance, hey, don't go away with a stranger or don't go into areas you're not supposed to, but kind of how the fairies kind of lure you away from your family and then they kind of lose you forever. That kind of mythology I've always enjoyed. And it could be that it's just a precursor or a warning to say, hey, don't go off with people you don't know type of thing.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you should. I don't know if you ever been there, but a part of my family, they're Italian, but they live in Scotland.
That was very nice of you to
And
share.
if you go to Scotland, Ireland, they have such a
Okay.
strong belief about the little people, what they call, little people,
Yeah.
fairies, pixies, leprechauns. And that's what they do. They basically take people away from their families. They bring you in unknown places, and
Do
then
you really believe that?
No, but it may
it's
not
just
be.
fascinating.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
No, it's fascinating.
It's not maybe necessarily that those are actually occurring, but it's kind of a warning through, the greatest thing that we have to share with people a lot of times was the word is a verbal story that we had. It may not have been a written story, but this is a precursor to warning you not to do things that you shouldn't be doing, traveling off of people you shouldn't be with and stuff like that. And it may not be that
sounds like
actual
trafficking to me.
Well, yeah, it could be. But it's not necessarily that there's actually a leprechaun or that there's maybe a pixie or something there. But it's stay away from the areas or the areas of people that can take you away from your family.
Well, yeah, I've got
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I like
look,
stories.
we went to Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And had the best time I've ever had on any vacation.
Okay.
On the way back, we went to the Dominican to Punta Cana Airport.
Okay.
To catch our flight on the way out, and the line was just ridiculous through like the security check.
Okay.
So I mean, it wrapped down the hall and around the
all the way around.
So like, I'm trying to wait to see it. The bloody 81 is on. I tried to, we were patiently waiting, but this guy comes by and he's like, "This way, family. This way. I get you through quickly. This way, family. Come on with me."
May never be seen again.
So we were like, well, he had a vest, he had a badge. I mean, he looked official. He looked like all the other guys we saw.
Been picked out to some third world country.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we followed him up to the checkpoint where you put your bags through and all that. And he ran my bag through, and he said, $20, family.
Told you.
$20, family, no problems for you.
Yeah.
I said, what you mean no problems for me? I ain't got no problems anyway.
Yeah.
He said, $20, no problems. I said,
you better give him $20. He's gonna make a problem.
I was like, I ain't giving you shit.
Oh, goodness.
Look, I'm hard headed, dude. I'm not gonna
that's how all bad stories start.
I'm not the one to be threatened like that, right? So he's like, $20, no problem. I'm like, what you mean no problem? What you gonna do? I'll beat your ass right here. So anyway, he started going through my backpack, and I had tip money. Okay?
Yeah.
I brought like $1,500 in tip money.
Yeah.
And I had ones and fives. $1,500.
Oh.
So it was, ones and fives.
Big stacks.
Stacks.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't spend half of it. And this was on the way back. And this was in my bottom zipper on my backpack right here. And luckily he didn't get down to that.
Yeah.
He pulled out my cologne. He's like, "Oh no, you can't have this." And he pulled out I brought back a bottle of Mama Juana.
Not familiar.
Mama Juana is a rum, wine, and like some kind of roots or sticks mixed together. That is just a Dominican thing.
Okay.
And me and Tara would do shots of that every morning, and that stuff was so good. It's like Jaeger to the umph.
Okay.
It's so good. Anyway, so hey, Miriam, look up Mama Juana. When you get a chance, you got to taste it, and you'll.
Yeah, it's like the Brazilian cachaca, something similar. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a kind of a mix.
Sticks and roots, and like wine and rum.
Yep.
But anyway, so he pulled out that, and he's like, "Oh no, you can't have this," and he pulled out other stuff. My buddy walks up behind me and sticks a $20 bill in that guy's hand. He says, "Oh, right this way, family. You're good to go." I'm like.
You should have just saved the hassle.
I'm like, really? Yeah. And next time I'll give the guy $20, but like,
save the hassle.
It just pissed me off though.
Well, I got that.
I wanted to
look. Anyone, I'm a big believer that the greatest currency you have in life is time.
Oh,
and if someone can save me that line, I'll pay them $20 every day.
I was, but yeah, not to be.
I am sorry to interrupt you guys, but there is this Mr. James Morgan.
James Morgan is
James.
he's from England.
Okay, so Mr. James, yes, Wales is pretty big in dragons. Apparently, the dragon that Saint George was supposed to kill, he was never able to, and he actually was a she dragon, flew in Wales, and this is why they have a dragon on the flag. So Paul Saint George, not so good at killing dragons, apparently. He was also asking if you, Sean, chase fairies. Do you?
Only my wife. That's the only fairy I chase.
Oh, that's lovely.
Dreams. Does he
Yeah.
chase?
He's
My wife
from
is the
London,
only fairy I
and
chase.
he's also asking about the cinnamon sticks, but we don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm afraid what he's done with those cinnamon sticks at this point.
No, not cinnamon sticks. Well, they're like roots. You can actually order Mama Wana packs on Amazon.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, look at that, and like you should make some and give me a review on that. Yeah,
I'm about to look for that one.
Mama Wana. And
Mama
we would
Wana.
walk up to the bar in the morning before we go to breakfast and say, Mama Wana. And they'd be like, oh, okay, very good.
There you go.
But this year we're going to Mexico.
What part?
So it's Playa Mujeres,
I'm not familiar.
which
with
is
that.
Cancun.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we're flying into Cancun, and you drive for like 45 minutes up the coast in Playa Mujeres. Excellence, Playa Mujeres. It's a brand new resort.
Okay.
Just opened up. And I cannot wait.
Now, I've been to Cancun, but my favorite part of Mexico, growing up in Vegas, we used to go down to Tijuana, of course. So we used to go to Tijuana, but this was back in the 80s.
Tijuana.
But as I got older in life, we'd actually go down the Baja California coast, and I'd go through Tijuana, San Quintin, Ensenada, all the way down to Cabo San Lucas. And we'd go marlin fishing, and we'd have a great time. And we'd have a fantastic time. The scariest time I ever had in Mexico was a place called La Bufadora, which is, I guess it's like the blowholes, what it stands for. I'm not very good at Spanish.
La Bufadora.
La Bufadora. And so they would have this beautiful, they'd have this beautiful underwater network of caves that the ocean would shoot through, and the water would pop up almost like a blowhole of a whale. So my dad and I went there, and we're checking it out.
Like Old Faithful.
Yeah, kind of like Old Faithful, but except it was, the ocean driven.
Yeah.
But my dad and I went there. This had to be 92. And we get there, and apparently there was a guy that wasn't being very good, and the federales got a hold of him. And I remember they drove by us. There was a bunch of federales chasing this truck, but had a car. There was a truck that was leading, but a car. But they put the guy in the trunk of this car, and you just see his bloody hand going like this as they drove by.
Wow.
Bufadora.
Savage.
It was rough, but I'm telling you, when I was in San Quintin, the place that I loved the most is they used to have wild horses that run at the beach, and we'd go to this place. It was called De Cava de los Tigres, the Tiger's Cove, or the Tiger's Cave. De Cava de los Tigres. And they would have the wild horses on the beach, but we would get abalone that would have like crab meat and wine sauce on top of it for like $10. It was fantastic.
Reminds me of a song.
Does it?
Wild horses.
There you go. Good song.
Dragging me away.
Good song.
Look what I just found.
What'd you find there? Motley Crue, man.
A classic.
This is a picture disc.
But yeah,
Anyway.
I think two of the most memorable things I have in Mexico was La Bufadora and De Cava de los Tigres were the two most favorite things that I remember the most.
The most that I remember about Mexico is I've never been there before.
Really? Oh, you're gonna love
I'm
it.
going though.
I'm telling you what.
We're going in June.
and every time I've been to Mexico, it's just like Italy. The friendliest, nicest, most social people. What you got down there?
That's silver, the top box with the silver.
What?
The top one with the silver, the jack. Hand me that one. Right there. Yep.
Hero selection.
Yep. Hero selection.
Nice, friendly. It's like you're with extended family every time that I've been through Mexico. They want to take care of you. They're great to be around. You have a good time, great memories, great people.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Mexico is has been on my bucket list for a long time.
You're gonna have a fantastic time there.
This Hero Select is a Hero Select rye.
Oh, that's good.
Jack Daniels, 137.3 proof from Barrel House 1-13.
And I can't drink any more tonight. So
golly, 1-13.
1-13. You talking about, is that Coy area?
This Coy Hill.
Coy Hill area right there. That's fantastic stuff.
That is Coy Hill 1-13. And look,
you're gonna make me jealous.
we got Uber.
No. I promised the wife I'd be good tonight.
Just a little sip. It's not going to hurt you.
Just a tiny sip. Just a teeny sip.
All right.
There you go. Oh, good man right there. That's perfect. That's all I need. We call this microdosing.
Barely.
So, and I'm sure you probably experience the same thing, Miriam. When you go barrel picking,
oh yeah,
like
you're gonna get tipsy.
When you've been on, and I'll put this in the nicest way possible. I'm trying to think of who we were at.
We've had 15 barrel tastings. You're gonna be tipsy.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You get to certain
unless
places.
you got a bucket and you spit it out.
Well,
do you spit yours out?
I'm gonna let you answer that because I'm interested now.
So when you're wine tasting or whiskey, do you spit it?
I'll tell you something. I have a secret.
Okay.
Seltzer water.
Really?
Yep.
So what does it do?
Basically, because all the alkaloids in your mouth, they got alterated. The more alcohol you get, the more all your taste buds, they got very, very, upset. Yeah. And the higher the proof, the stronger the effect is. So what you do, you just, let's say, rinse your mouth.
Best behavior.
Oh, yeah, he's having fun. No, sir, I do not spit it out, but we're talking about whiskeys and bourbons and wine. Yeah.
Good call, Mary.
I got the malicious pun. We're all grown up.
Well, we're talking about
yep. So we were saying, yep. So seltzer water, that's what resets your palate.
That is good.
No, like when we went to and I'm very thankful for the opportunity. When we went to Nulu in Louisville, we probably went through 12 different barrels that day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! I was doing the micro pours, and then I was spitting after a while. Well, you've got it. You got to remember, I was the.
Were you driving?
I was the DD that day, so I had to microdose and spit.
That's your first mistake.
Well, they took care of me on the other because we did 3 barrel picks in 3 days. They took care of me at the first 2, so I had to take care of them at the third.
There's an app on here. It's called Uber.
It's hard. It's hard to Uber from Louisville back to Phoenix City, Alabama.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm with you on that. So I'm gonna do the seltzer thing, Miriam. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. So,
tell me something. When you say microdose, you mean half an ounce? How much?
When I'm talking about micro, I'm not even doing half. I'm doing maybe a quarter, just so I get a couple of pours, just so I can get it on the palate. And maybe let a little bit on the finish, but I'm not. But at that point, I'm not trying to swallow it after that first micro pour.
And you see, you got my point because I had a big discussion on another channel. We were talking about the guy. I guess his name is Minik. That he puts that stance of trying 100 bourbons, and I said, yes.
100.
Congratulations. Your taste buds are saying bye-bye. Yes. that's a stunt. I mean, you cannot do that, but
you're dead after a certain period of time.
correct. And I get it. It's for the show. It's more for the show. But do not call yourself an expert and say, "Oh, I tasted the dog." No, you did not.
Are you saying on camera right now?
Oh, geez, don't put her on
that Fred Minnick is getting paid to put larceny number 2 and 3 in it.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes,
I guess he gets paid.
We're all
very good.
He's getting paid 100%.
He gets paid, and that's what he puts in his list. Because I have seen, I have followed him, and his preferences are all over the place. And I get it that you need to be open-minded even when it comes to spirits. That's perfect. But I do not believe that a person does not have a drinking profile. That guy is all over the place. And there you go.
The larceny C923 that came in like second.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not that good. And like the Elijah Craig C923.
Oh yeah.
Destroys this.
But and I agree that everyone has a different thing that they lean into.
Hell, I like to get paid too.
Yeah, they lean into and they like more. But yeah, there's probably a component there that, at the end of the day, what you like, Miriam, and what I like and what Prentice likes,
it's all going to be subjective.
It's all going to be subjective. Oh yeah, and it's how we woke up that day too, because we're going to taste things different on different days.
Absolutely, that's what I mean, I have seen people drinking all kind of stuff, being all over the place, which is perfect. But again, kind of people like Minnick, they constantly say, I'm a professional. Yes, you are. Congratulations. Yeah. Plus, he wears a bib. What's that thing that he wears? It's a bib.
Ascot.
An ascot.
Well, awards.
He looks like a bib, I believe that he needed to, but anyway. So to each their own. I mean, what would I know?
Video. I'm not messing with you about it.
You are.
It's all her.
No, don't blame me.
It's all her. It's all me.
That's me. That's my opinion. I already expressed that, and that's the good thing.
You're a sad son of a bitch. I'm just saying.
Terrible. But I wouldn't say no. That's the good thing about experts. They do talk to each other and about each other, no problem at all. Nobody gets offended. Nobody gets mad. Because if you're out there saying your opinion, of course, you expect to have criticism. We're all adults.
Yeah, we get it. You should expect criticism. Yeah, you should expect it. Nobody's going to taste things the exact same.
I'm sure people have
called you out. Oh yeah, and it happens. But you know what, Miriam? Your opinion is your opinion. Mine is mine. Prentice is Prentice.
Yeah.
And you'll find people that you have similar palates to, and you go, okay, most of the stuff that they have, I enjoy, but every once in a while there's going to be a stinker in there. You go, I don't know where they got this one from, but I'm tasting things differently.
Hey, and all I got to say about that is, if you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
Nah.
I'm just playing. Cut it out. I'm just kidding. Good grief.
No, I mean, that's the good part. We're all different. We can agree to disagree, and in the end of the day, we're just friends. You don't like what I like, better thing, because there is more for me.
That's right.
I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
How does one become a sommelier?
Cool.
I have seen the Netflix thing on becoming a sommelier. Is there any truth to that? Is it like boot camp? Do they kick your ass? You have to wear a suit and you walk in this room full of distinguished gentlemen and they judge you on a panel and they beat your ass and all this stuff?
Well, nowadays, you just get an online course, you pay good money, you get a little kit, you take your class and your exam online, and you're good to go. But back in the days, at least, in Europe, in the European Union, yes, the school was tough. It was an actual school in person. You also travel to different wineries and study different, drinking profiles, different wines on the spot. And then you take an exam. And yes, the committee will be, distinguished gentlemen or Margaret Thatcher style ladies that, ready to kick your
with
back
with the hairdos.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
But no, but I want to say there is a nice, even there is a nice community. People help each other, even in that kind of environment.
Okay.
It's not about competition, especially the students. When I was studying it, you feel like you're all in the same, boat. Let's say like that. So it's us versus them. Yeah.
Are you in a classroom setting with anybody at any time?
Now I actually teach online classes.
Now you do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Future.
So I want to become a sommelier.
Yeah. You want to be a sommelier? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't do that.
But you want to study what?
I have an apprenticeship with sommelier.
I know. It sounds fancy.
Put that on the card.
It's a long it's a big card.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
I'm
have
gonna
one that folds up.
Put it in my back pocket and then it hangs out and shit.
You're gonna carry a brochure with you.
I might wear an ass. I don't know.
Oh well.
Miriam, I don't know what to do with him anymore.
Yeah, well,
It's all good. We blame the spirits.
it's the spirits.
I'm right there with you on that one, Miriam.
Wait, so do you have any more stories that you can tell us, like spirit wise?
Oh no, actually pretty much everything else is what I like to share, all the things that I hear around people talking, and that's what I do. Personally, no. I've been lucky enough to not be a witness to anything else.
I don't know if it's a weakness or if it's a draw.
No, let me.
You know what I mean? Like,
Let me ask you this, Miriam. Here's an interesting question on this. I've always, and I listen to a lot of different podcasts. Like you said, I'm a skeptic by nature. Do you believe that certain people are attuned or more receptive to seeing or hearing things than other people?
I do. Yeah.
I
am.
Okay.
want to be honest. I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, let's say that these things are real, ghosts do exist or whatever. Why some people see more of these things in their lives compared to others? Probably they might have, like, let's say, an open mind that we cannot even imagine. I don't know. But honestly, I've never been able to create an opinion about it.
I'm genuinely interested in this. I listen to way too many podcasts. He's busting my chops over here, but
I'm not busting your chops. I'm just
Yeah. But I love this. Look, if for anyone that hasn't yet, check out her Facebook page. Check out her website. Please go listen to her
stuff. It's been scrolling the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, we
I haven't changed it at all. I'm going to change it
that's knowledgeable like this.
Just a minute.
Just to learn about life. Like she said, she's a skeptic. She just wants to understand the legend, maybe the stories behind
and
it.
that covers up your face, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't cover up her face.
No, I'm not going to do that.
There you go.
How about, I've had yours the entire time we've been on. So I'm going to put Sean's on for a minute.
Ah, jeez.
Hey,
thank you.
If you have not subscribed or liked or whatever to Echoes of Eternity, Echoes in Eternity. I wanted to say Echoes of Eternity.
That's okay.
Echoes, because it pulls it up.
Yeah.
If you say Echoes of Eternity.
Okay.
But Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Sean Ruckman. Do it.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Brennan.
You get some, I mean, like, he's my hero. Like, he's from my hometown. We have a lot of the same friends and I mean everything.
And that's what makes it fun, though.
It really does.
You get to hang out, you get to have some tours, you get to talk life, and then on a rare occasion like this, a unicorn night, we get to hang out and do stuff.
This is like unicorn night.
There you go.
Hey, and I gotta apologize. Like, we gotta do this again. By the way, Miriam, Please.
Absolutely. And actually, I'm gonna, with your permission, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. And I just wanna thank you for having me on tonight. It was very fun.
Miriam,
thank you, Miriam.
Absolutely appreciate it. And
we really do.
I would love to do this in the fall as we get closer to Halloween.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
That would be awesome.
And or sooner.
And or sooner.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night, okay?
Thank you, Miriam.
We appreciate it, Miriam. Thank you so much. Thank you for being such a good sport.
So awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Guys, it's been a lot of fun, man. I appreciate this tonight. I had a great time.
We had a sommelier on us with us tonight. That was awesome, dude.
That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Friggin' sommelier.
And Miriam was just down to earth, just easy, good people. That's the one thing you like most about the community.
How do we get a sommelier on?
Well, you got the sommelier, not us. You got the sommelier on. I just get hang out and drink the bourbon with you, so it worked out well for me.
And guess what? I mean, I've had meetings with, I'm just going to say, two very, very, very large automotive manufacturers.
Okay.
Lately.
Yeah.
Like really lately. And I don't know how I got them. Like, I've had meetings with me and my boss had meetings with those guys, and like, I don't know.
It's that magnetic personality.
Well, I don't know if that's how it is. But anyway, well, I really don't want any of this.
That's all right. But it's Tuesday night. People are probably like, damn it, guys, we can go to bed.
They're good. That's tell me what. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll end it here, guys.
Guys,
thank y'all so much.
Awesome to hang out with you guys. And thank you for all the fun that just being there with us tonight.
And for putting up with the technical difficulties in the beginning. I apologize. Like, I don't know what happened, or I didn't change anything, no settings or anything, and then she comes on.
Spirits and the spirits.
Spirits are booze and booze.
That's right.
Booze and booze. BOOS and BOOZE. Anyway, love you guys. We're going to take off. Mean it. And we'll catch you next time. And be sure to tune in to Echoes of Eternity. I told you I wanted to.
Hey, Echoes of Eternity Bourbon. Love to have you on the channel. I love all the comments. Love the interaction. It really fuels my day. I hope you guys all have an amazing night. Cheers and God bless.
Hi, I'm Prentice. Love y'all. Mean it. Please check us out next time on Echoes in Eternity.
Well, Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Or if we found out earlier.
Or Agave. Either way.
Agave would be great too.